Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Robbie, and you are watching Geek Level Asian. Today we're going to talk about the GearTlinger, the GearTlinger, whatever it's called. To make sure you're keeping up with all my Toku, Sentai, Power Ranger news, make sure that you subscribe to the channel because I will be giving away a Funko Pop Ultra Zord once we hit 5,000 subscribers. If you watched my last few videos talking about Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, then you would know that the GearTlinger is the Gatling gun-looking henshin device that the Zenkaiger will be using in order to henshin. So we saw some images of these and what they're going to look like in some design schematics, but we now have images of the actual toys, which are going to be released on March 6th, 2021. So now whenever I find this information, it's usually either on Twitter, it's sometimes in Japanese, so I'll do my best to either translate or deliver this information to you. So the prices that I found were in yen, so translate that to American USD. The GearTlinger device itself, the henshin device itself, is going to be around 50 bucks. Now what's cool about this is it comes with two of the Sentai gear. It comes with the Zenkaiger Sentai Gear, and it also comes with the GearTlinger, which again, if you've watched the previous Zenkaiger videos, you would know that this device and the Zenkaiger are going to be able to pull power from previous Sentai before them. Now if you want the other three Sentai gear, the Maji Ranger, the Gao Ranger, and the Bukenger Sentai gear, you're going to have to get the belt with the buckle, which we've seen before in other previous Sentai releases, and that goes for around $30. There is a deluxe set, and you can buy the whole thing for around 80 bucks. Now, if you think about that, the 50 plus 30 is obviously 80. You're not really getting any, cost benefit from that, so you can buy them separately. It's not really going to make a difference. And from what I'm reading online, this is not an electronic toy, which kind of bums me out a little bit, because to me, most of the time, the entire whole gimmick thing of having something like a key, or in this case, a Sentai gear, that goes in the henshin device, part of the fun of that is changing the electronics, lights, and sounds depending on what gear, again, in this case, you have in the GearTlinger. Like, for instance, one of my favorite henshin devices probably ever is the Q Ranger Size Blaster. That thing is awesome. I mean, you use a different Q globe, it actually knows which one you have on there, it'll change the lights and sounds. That is actually, for the ones that I've collected, that is the first one that I played with where I was like, wow, it's like doing different things. Because I don't have everything, right? I only buy things from the series that I like. And that's what got me excited about the Hasbro Morpher. That thing got a lot of hate. I don't think that it really deserves all the hate that it got, because yes, it doesn't look totally correct, but we've never gotten a Mighty Morpher that actually changes the sounds and the things that are going on in the electronics with the coin. So, I mean, there is that. In regard to the Sentai gears, the ones that we already saw in the Plex document that was leaked online was Go Ranger, Zhu Ranger, Shinkenger, Gokaiger, Kiryuger, Zuoger, Lupin vs. Pata Ranger, and Kira Major. So we know that they're either going to be transforming into them, or they're going to be turning into them, using their powers. I don't know if maybe they turn into their mechas. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I'm excited to see it. And that sends us fans on a wild goose chase. I'll be the first to say I did not collect all the Gokai keys. I did not collect all of the Q globes, but I definitely have a lot of them. Will Zenkaiger be a series that I like so much that I go find all of the Sentai gears? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. I don't know exactly how the GearTlinger works. There's probably more information online somewhere that I haven't seen, but it does have this like a Gatling gun type thing. And the barrel itself looks like it's supposed to spin, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe that spins. That also leads me to the name. So I've seen a few different translations of what people think GearTlinger actually means, or how it's supposed to be pronounced. So I've heard Gear Trigger, and then I've heard Gatlinger, like Gatling gun, or the fact that the L's and the R's are different, it would be Gear Trigger. I don't know exactly what it's going to be called. I guess we're going to see it once the show comes out. Because when I say it in my head the way that I think they're going to say it, which is probably like, GearTlinger! That could be either or of those. So in regard to the belt itself, I mean, those things are never going to fit me, the belt itself. But I do like the buckle it holds. It looks like a few different Sentai gear all at the same time. I wonder if they're going to explain how they get all of them, or maybe each Zenkaiger can only transform into certain ones, because if you think about it, in Gokaiger, I mean, whenever they flipped open their buckle, it would reveal one key, but they explain that when they're showing Guy how to basically get different keys into his buckle, and they do, I mean, they don't really explain it, but they show in Kyuranger the Q globes, that whole thing, you know, on the pool table. So it kind of explained how they, such a small buckle, they could get different Q globes. I wonder if they're going to be able to call upon basically anyone at any time, or each Zenkaiger can really only transform into specific ones. We'll just have to wait and see. So now what I'm curious about is what the henshin transformation is going to look like using the GearTlinger and using the Sentai gear. How is that going to look when it comes to all the CGI and the graphics and the effects that they do? I usually like those. Like, I liked the Kyuranger, the Kyryuger. I like those sequences. I think that those look good. I used to be a really big fan of, like, regular henshin devices, obviously like a morpher or, you know, just like something small that they held, or maybe it's a brace or whatever. But when it comes to the toys, I mean, Kyurager's a really good example. I saw that toy online and I looked up reviews and I was just like, this thing is boring. Like, it doesn't do anything. It just spins. Even the Tokuger one, the only one that I had was Tokyo 6, the cell phone mobile looking one, and I'm just like, this doesn't really do anything. You just kind of swipe this, it doesn't do anything. And don't get me wrong, not all of them do, but I am starting to really favor the ones that act as more than just a transformation device, because really they just don't do anything. But it is one of those things, like a small henshin device you can obviously keep in your pocket, or you can do the wrist twist thing if you have a brace. Where does the GearTlinger come from? Where do they keep those? Even in, you know, Dino Charge Kyryuger, where do they keep those things? They kind of just pull out of negative space. You know, in Mighty Morphin, whenever they morph, they would kind of put their hand behind their back. Maybe it's on like, the holder, the black holder. Maybe it's like on the back of their pants, but obviously it's not, because in the actual show we can see their belts and they're not on there. So let me know what you think about the GearTlinger. Do you like henshin devices that serve more than one purpose, like they're a blaster and they're a changer, or are you a fan more of like a wrist brace or something more simple? Do you think that each Zenkaiger is going to basically take on, like, let's say 10, 15, or 45 forms, or do you think that they're each going to be kind of stuck with the colors or whatever their theme is, you know, because Bukenja you have cars, Maji Ranger you have well, there aren't really a lot of magic ones. I wonder what that's gonna be like. Let me know what you think. Also, this is my first video since Christmas and Hanukkah. Let me know what you guys got. Leave it in the comments. I want to know all the crazy Power Ranger, Super Sentai, Toku gifts that you got. I got a little, I actually have it right here. I got this little guy. He's adorable. I got this Dragon Dagger. You can't see it because it's blurred. It's not focusing, but it's supposed to make noise. I don't think there's any batteries in it yet, and it came with a little Green Ranger sticker book. I also got my new Ippo Maker GK61X. If you haven't already checked it out, I started a new channel where I'm going to be doing tech reviews, keyboards. I'm going to do the new phone once I finally buy it. If you haven't checked that out, definitely go subscribe. You can find that up at the top or in the description. Oh, and if you happen to have some holiday gift cards and you want to get some new threads, you can check out my web store. My web store is down below in the descriptions, and I threw up some new designs in there for you guys to grab. And if you do get something, don't forget to hashtag me on Instagram, because I'll reshare it in my stories. So that's it, everybody. I know this was a shorter video, but thank you for checking it out. I'm super excited about Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. I can't wait to hear more news, and I can't wait to watch the show finally. If you like what you're seeing and you want to keep up with all of this Super Sentai Toku news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on all the social media networks. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on TikTok. I'm on Snapchat, but I barely use it. Oh, I also want to know what your New Year's resolution is. What are you going to change in 2021? Or what type of goals are you looking to hit? If I happen to not make another video until the new year, everybody have a happy new year, and I will see you soon. May the power protect you.